Hey, from the ashes. Lucky me, nobody saw me getting my shoes on and stuff. Okay. That's good. Where's my screwdriver? I don't always forget the basic things. Hey Chris, Nate, Trinity. Oh, Trinity. Been a while since I've seen you. And now I can't find my screwdriver. I'll have to go get that. Alrighty. So this is a old Toshiba that I sold to a person quite a while ago, about 3 years ago now I'd say. It's a L650, still perfectly good unit, does the job that they want. You can think of it as a pretend MacBook, because it's white, even though MacBooks aren't really white. Hey Nate. Oh, damn it, I said good day to you before. Oh well. Anyway, it's overheating from what I can tell, and the hard drive is completely starting to die. So that's what you can see up on the... has that cursor come off here or not? Can't be sure. Anyway, you can see up the top the data recovery process underway. It's a 500 gig old Toshiba. I think it just sort of basically got to the end of its life. And I thought I may as well get the data off now before it's too late. So, and Chris, with that iPhone 6 Plus, I've sent a message off to the owner and said, well, if you can remember your iTunes account information, then you'll probably get your contacts back. I have a horrible feeling though it's a hand-me-down phone from someone, and the original owners have long since forgotten about it. So I don't know, we'll find out. Hey Cormac. But it was really strange, Chris, that one. Like I said, it would just heat up quite badly. Like it'd be okay until it gets to that, to the blink, the iOS 11 blink that keeps tricking us and thinking it's resetting. And then once the blink occurred, the CPU started getting pretty damn hot. But it kept going. And eventually it settled down to about 600, 700 milliamp draw constantly. It just keep fluctuating between those two. So I don't know what it was trying to do. And I thought maybe, okay, it's trying to stage something, and that whatever it's trying to stage is shorted out or close to shorting out or something like that. But now I couldn't find anything. And then yeah, when I eventually gave up and did the 3U tools full update, it's come back all good. So I don't know. Seems like iOS 11's got a lot to answer for. Hey Motorman, yeah, it's been a while. Oh, well, good to have you. So what do you use to retrieve data? Are you just cloning the drive? The software also handles sector issues. I'm using DD Rescue. And let's see, I'll just expand this out. You should be able to see that. So DD Rescue is a bit-by-bit cloning tool. I've got my hand in it as well with a bit of coding in the past for certain features. It's also fairly intelligent in that when it hits bad sectors, it skips ahead, or you can tell it to what you want to do so that it doesn't just sit around wasting time. But it really depends on how you feel the hard drive is failing. So like in this case, it's just a sort of normal standard wear type failure. So I'm letting it use its default behavior. This is version 1.23 pre-3, I think it is. And its default behavior is perfectly fine for standard age-related bad sector type failures. So I just let it go on doing its thing. So it will go through and pick up most of the 500 gigs, and then it'll come back to these bad spots. Now the bad spots I can show, this is a log viewing program that is separate from DD Rescue, and naturally it's been a big let's see, I'll push this up or down. No, man, what are you? Right, up, come on. There we go. This is just a visual representation. I don't know if YouTube is going to show it up properly, but there's a that bad spot just there. And I just realised I can't. The bad spot just here. Oops, close. And you can zoom in on where it is. It's not a very good zoom, but start to. So yeah, you can see it's gone along and detected that there's a dud there, so it's done its normal skip. It's found some good areas and just carried on, and it'll come back and scrape and sort that out. You could just get it through apt-get or Yum or whatever, but I would recommend building it from the latest source. If you look up new DD Rescue, yeah, let me put that in the chat. There you go, it's in the chat. But it's the software I use for the great majority of my hard drive data recoveries. And I can couple it with my external power relays or my internal power relays on the computers, along with my loading docks for the drives, so that you get occasionally some hard drives and they will give you a gig or two of data, and then they'll just quit working. They'll just sort of go blank, stop responding, or worse, they'll give you false data. They'll just start dumping out random trash or 0 bytes when you know there is legitimately data there. So you can tune the DD Rescue to do all sorts of manner of things. You can make it say only read 1 gig at a time, or only run until the data rate drops is above a certain level. That's another type of hard drive failure you get, where it will read a gig and then it will drop off straight away from there down to about 64k a second, things like that. And then you can make it so that DD Rescue drops out, and then you can make your hardware switch, cycle the hard drive, come back in, and then take another gig. Now, these are all just software techniques for getting data off a hard drive, and it drives the clean room guys absolutely bonkers, because they're like, you know, you're fucking up that hard drive doing that. And they're right, you are. But the trouble is, it comes down to the value of the data to the person, because you can say to someone, look, you know, I can have a shot at it using this technique for, let's say, $200, or we can send it to the clean room guys and they're going to charge you $700-800 if you're lucky, probably more, and see how the reaction is. And of course, you know, people's invaluable data all of a sudden becomes worth about $200 as far as they're concerned. So it's not technically the best way to do things, but practically it's the only way that you get anything out of people. You know, they would rather take that risk than spend the money. I sort of figure it's a, particularly if you do a no data, no charge type situation. The nice thing is with the DD Rescue setup, and if you tune the... Oh, why are you guys so hard to get out? Yeah, I can take the top deck off and you'll be fine. You can write little bash scripts and things like that to suit the bad behavior of the hard drive, and then you can just let it go for weeks, months, whatever. I think the longest recovery I've ever had is about 3 months. And did I leave a screw in the bottom there at the back? Hey, ZX Nosari, Sayori, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure I suitably butchered it. So yeah, certainly a few years ago, I was definitely thinking I was going to get into clean room data recovery. And I had plans for the room and everything. It was about a 3x3. Oh, flip's sake, the hinge is dead. Ah, this is going to be a pain in my buttocks. Great. Yeah, well, we'll have to get the JB World out, and it's only 3:11 in the morning. It's just a combination. It's an old computer. Oh, man. It's only supposed to be for overheating issues, and now it's overheating, hard drive, everything else. This is what you get for doing stuff for friends. If this was a normal customer laptop, it'd definitely be a write-off job. So, dead hard drive, dead hinge, dying. Well, I can't remember if you're going to come out. I'm going to have to take the main board out because I want to do the hinges. I think when these hinges were done last, JB World wasn't... Alright, at least that's out. Yeah, I think we'll just go crazy with the JB World on this one. Oops. You're going to fall right off, aren't you? Just put you down there. Now, what I really was wanting to deal with here was excess lint in the fan system, I'm sure. You get notifications now. Oh, gee. That's really bad. So it looks like the hard drive has roughly an hour to go. And that's assuming no issues come up, no further issues. Because obviously you can't endlessly predict how long it's going to take to do a recovery if you don't know what's coming up. And do we have lint? Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not as good as the one the other night, but yeah, we've got some lint. Nothing really to write home about though. This is a junior hipster growth. Yeah. Oh, I could pull that one off too. Bastard. I really wish that you could get a $39 60 gig or 120 gig solid state drive. I think that would really make doing these sort of repairs a lot more financially manageable for a lot of people. Because yeah, a lot of people can't really just splurge the money and get out and buy a new laptop. But if you could replace their hard drive with a $39 one, solid state, then you'd be halfway there. Ah, you dumbhead, you didn't check which screws you used. Oh well. Let's try this. Too big, does not fit in the hole. What about you guys? You look a bit small. You look a bit small, but you fit perfectly. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, we're about halfway through that hard drive now. Yeah, good lint. Looks like a homeless blanket. One of those nice thick grey mottled with random clown pubes, as Lewis Rossman would say. Little flecks of red and blue in there. I mean, this motherboard's perfectly good. I mean, it does have a GPU on it, but these ones seem to be quite sturdy. So I can't complain. So we're going to put that aside. Since we've done the job, we cleaned out the lint, which was the original purpose it came here for. So we've done that job. Now we need the JB World. This will be fun. I just realised it's got a Blu-ray drive in it. I don't remember selling them on Blu-ray drive. Obviously I did. Obviously I did, and I didn't care. Okay, JB World, where are you? Glues department, and we need to get our drug scales. Precision drug scales, which has got an iPhone 5S touch button connected to it. I'm sure that's to ensure that only me can use it. Has this got any power? Yep. Oops. These are my broken drug scales. Yeah, Chris, I quite enjoy it. I thought they did the ending pretty good too. They left you feeling satisfied and still ready to go for the next season. Alright. So, oh great, other parts of this laptop are falling apart now. I'm not real sure what technique I'm going to use to reform that. I'm going to have to think about that one. Or maybe I can just go 10 layers deep with the JB. So Chris, what are we going to do about Jess's orchestrated campaign against our hot air station choices? I think we've been vilified. Actually, that's probably not the right word. I should rather say we've been ostracized. Yeah, 50 minutes to go. When it gets to dealing with this last 50k or so, it'll probably take another 10 minutes on top. We need to start selling AOE. Well, you know, I'd sell those cheap $65 quicks too. I don't know why, but they appeal to me, which is really a bad thing. It's probably not very becoming of who I am, I suppose. It's like, oh look, Paul likes the cheap stuff. It's not that it's cheap, to be honest, it's just that the functionality is what I was originally looking for. It was just that nice 2 dials, digital readout, simple, straight to the point. And of course I admit I do like the presets that the Quick has. I just notice there's a glorious piece of something down here. What the hell happened to your poor little laptop? Oh yeah, chunk of screen assembly or somebody's tooth, I'm not sure. Hopefully the former. Jerry, what are you getting? You getting a Quick? The new, wildly famous, popular Quicks? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll no doubt end up with one. But at the same time, I'm not gonna poo-poo the hot air station that I'm currently using, which you can't even see because I was out there. Yeah, you really can't see it. You can just see its knob hanging out. There we go. So this is the one that I've got now. So is that, and it's internally exactly the same as the one that Chris and Jason uses. Just has a different faceplate on it, but that's it. Yeah, exactly, Englishman. Does the job and is reliable and well priced, and there's no real problem. People forget how long it took for the Quick to get reviewed. Bought my wallet well before the verdict was in on the Quick. Yeah, well, I think it was easily well over 12 months ago, and people were starting to talk about the Quick, and the real problem was no one can get their hands on a Quick. And Lewis tried to get one to review, like I said, well over 12 months ago. And he ordered one and it never arrived, and so he cancelled that and got a charge back or whatever he did. And then it wasn't until I suspect maybe Union Repair started to carry them, and then all of a sudden it sort of caught on like wildfire, and now everybody wants them. I'll be very surprised if the price stays steady. It's going to be interesting to see whether the demand pushes up the price or whether they manage to get a reduction in price due to production numbers. I'm not sure which way that one's going to go. Put in your bets, basically. Alright, let's I have to put my gloves on for this JB World. I mean, it's not really that toxic. It's just a case of when it gets on your skin, it just sort of seems to stick there for ages. But when I got my Tenma station, it was, I knew of the Quick at that point, couldn't get them, and the Tenma was well priced. My supplier had them in Australia. I can get it delivered next day. It ticked all the boxes that I need, and the price was pretty cheap for Australia for $239, which is about $199 US. And believe me, that's cheap for a hot air station here in Australia. I mean, your Hakko FR810s here are close to $800, $900 Australian, so you can see what I was dealing with. Let's see. I want to unscrew these, but I can't unscrew those, because if I do, they will let go of the blind nuts that are on the other side, and the blind nuts are just free floating. So if I'm basically going to lose all. And I'm just trying to line up this one here. I think it's about right. Okay. What am I missing? I think I should probably scrub it down. If I can find my beloved toothbrush. I had it not too long ago because I was abusing some iPhone boards with it. This one, this one's been sorely damaged. This is my abuse iPhone 6 board. So it's missing the PMIC, and it's missing most of the caps and coils along the side of the CPU. They're all transplanted. Let's see. Yeah, a few other bits and pieces. And it's severely water damaged, so it's sacrifices. I've saved a few other phones, so it's all good. I have no idea where my toothbrush is. It's a common theme in this workshop, isn't it? Where is my stuff? Oh, come on. No. 3:30 in the morning. It's no surprise I can't find anything. Hey, Bobby Gordon. Yeah, happy Halloween. We had a Halloween party tonight. Well, I should say my wife held a Halloween party tonight. Because I don't really do that whole social thing. But it was here in the house. It's interesting, in Australia, Halloween has generally been acknowledged, but in terms of making a big fuss about it and whatnot, it's not. So, but things have been changing lately. Last couple of years, everybody's really getting into it. So, it looks like now, it's kind of like Christmas now. I'm going to have to use this paintbrush. That's going to be pretty ugly, but come on, sop it up. Suck that up. Yeah. I'm trying to displace. Alright. Okay. I'm going to need to make up a reasonably decent amount of JB weld for this one. Behind the fridge, it's probably behind my ear at the rate things are going. And now I need my mixing tray as I find another piece of that laptop just breaking off. I think the plastic is starting to degenerate, which isn't the greatest. Alright. Come here. Oh. And I haven't slept properly in the last 4 or 5 days. And it started all because I did things like watch Netflix till 4:30 in the morning, like a responsible, mature adult. Oh, don't tell me you're low battery. Bloody hell. Fortunately, I do have a lot of these batteries. The other thing is, because it's summer here, that's why I'm up late. It's too hot during the day to do any work in this room. No, I want you to go the other way. Yeah, I keep my JB weld in these zippy bags. Just makes it so much easier. Looks like I need another packet of JB weld there. Probably got 2 or 3 hinges left. That'll be it. Oh, make up your mind. You're 22 or you're 18? 22, okay. So we should go for 44. And hopefully it will be a match. I've tried a lot of different things to do hinge repairs like this, and JB Weld's about the only stuff that does a half reasonable job. Don't overdo it, boy. Jeez, you almost overdid that. We actually ended up 46. Unfortunately, 2 over on 22s, 10% will just survive. Plus, I don't know what the error margin's like on those scales. Let's mix them up. Making our laptop crack fix. This laptop needs a serious fix for its crack. It's good to mix it up as, spend a bit of time getting a good blend in there. Alright. Hey Wayne, is that encrypted data being recovered? Ben, no, it's just plain straight normal. It looks like it's gotten to the end of the user data section. I can tell by the fact that it's all F's at the moment, which is typically indicative of reach the end of the user data, particularly on an old drive. Because most of the time with old drives, even if a particular spot is not currently used, it will tend to have old data still floating around on it. Oh, I nearly lost track of you. Okay, we're just gobbing this on. So I'm going to have to go in through some top holes here. This is a sort of like a last ditched holding attempt. I'm just gobbing it everywhere. There's going to be no serviceability on this one in terms of, hey, I want to remove the hinges on this. So, no. Sorry, you lost that option. You lost that option when you didn't want to stay attached. Just have to be careful I don't get in the battery slider release. That'd be a little bit comical. Yeah, micro hot air pencil. I've seen micro hot air pencils. I mean, really, do they have any real use? I saw Metcal had one, and I almost bought that thing because I thought it's okay. I'm only working on iPhone stuff, small things. But I think that's probably a bit misleading because the limited amount of thermal heat you can get out of those really inhibits your ability to do anything on multi-layered boards. I think the micro ones are not bad for two-sided type stuff, but MacBooks, Apple, iPhones, anything with more than 2 layers, you're probably going to be really regretting that choice. Right. Yeah, this isn't pretty. Right. Drill through the bottom of the case before and put a screw in the spacer. You know, that may have to be what's done at this point. If this doesn't hold sufficiently well, then yep, I might have to just go for that. Unfortunately, because I know this person well enough, I can sort of go, tough luck. That's how the cookie crumbled today. Especially that I'm going to be dealing with their hard drive situation without charging them too much. Alright, that is one ugly mess. Would not put my name to that normally. There we go. Micropencils are garbage for MacBook. Yeah, they're basically, unless you're just doing some hobbyist 2-layer thing, you're right, they're no good. Perfect for any phone repair. Wayne, seriously? The Metcal little micro hot air thing? I saw him doing reviews on that, and it could barely get anything off. Like, anything over a 0603 on 2 layers, and it was like, I think I can get it off. I think I can get it off. And that was wound right up to the maximum. Alrighty, well, now we've got to wait 24 blooming hours for this. Well, probably not that long. 12. It should be good to go in the morning. I just have to be gentle with it. So basically fixed what we had to. As for the hard drive, yeah, 38 minutes. Well, no one's going to stick around for that long. So what I'll do with the hard drive is when it's finished doing the data recovery or the cloning, I will then put some other 500 gig hard drive I've got lying around, one that I know that works, but it's just secondhand from maybe another machine that I've got in here that's died for a different reason. Like I've got plenty of machines here that have died from PCH or GPU failures. So I'll just take that second-hand drive, clone it, and it'll give them another year of use probably. Hey Lisa, good to see you here. I see you've been posting your stuff on the groups, which is good to see. Putting a lot of us to shame, which is not so much fun. Now I've got to pick this up and put it somewhere safe. Yeah, safe. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. I'll just put it up on here, which means I'm going to stack a bunch of stuff precariously where it shouldn't be. I know what I can do. I'm going to put my iPhone 6 Plus that I've been working on tonight back together. Alright, let's see how badly we can mess this up. Lift from the base. Success. Yeah, I had a iPhone 6 Plus come in today, and all it would do was show the Apple logo and get really hot. And I thought, well, look, maybe we'll get lucky and we have like a Wi-Fi cap short or something like that, but that normally is a little more severe, I believe. Opened it up and it's pristine inside, nothing wrong with it, at least nothing visually. No water damage, no physical damage, and it was just cooking up a right storm on the CPU. In the end, I don't really know what's wrong with it. I changed I wasn't getting any communications on USB, at least no sensible communications, and I thought, well, given that it's pristine, maybe the person plugged something dumb into the lightning port and destroyed the TriStar. So I thought, oh well, I'll give it a go. So I changed the TriStar and it didn't change anything. So, but at least I didn't go backwards with that. That's always a bummer when you change something and things go worse. But beyond that, after doing all the testing on all the flexes, the connectors, and seeing what was going on, I was up, stuff it. So I tried using 3U tools to do a update and retain data, but that didn't work. It success from the 3U perspective, but the phone just stayed on the Apple logo and cooked up again. So then I had to do the full update, and well, it worked. It went back to hello, which was also meaning hi. We just sucked all your data away. So tough luck, buddy. So I'll go get that and put it together, because while I'm waiting for this hard drive, I'm pretty sure it's in the other room. What you doing, girl? One of my cats has taken my office chair. How surprising. Yeah. You're the dual synchronous buck converter that I played with the other night. Chris, have you noticed how damn staticky these boards, these silicon mats are? It's crazy. It's also good proof of the fact that static really doesn't tend to destroy your stuff. I mean, if stuff was really that electrostatic sensitive, these things would have gobbled up thousands of dollars worth of equipment already. Dislike. Oh, Cormac, he's missed it. Someone should go and grab him, bring him in and get him to do his job. How very slack. But it's back to that. Fortunately, it has. This is the one time that I'm actually fortunate it has a Apple ID lock on it, because the person was most concerned about losing their contacts. So I'm hoping that they did have their contacts synchronized to the cloud. And if they don't, well, not much I can do. I really don't know of a way I could have gotten out of this situation without, or any other way. I mean, maybe there was a way and I missed it, because it's a bit of the curse of working on these devices at times. It's like the hard drive I had the other day, where I was trying to toss up, do I risk it burning itself out but still reading the data at a very slow rate, or do I take the chance to try and fix up the flash ROM or the firmware and get the data off before it dies a premature death. Anyway, I took the wrong option. I just seem to be doing that a little bit too often lately. It's starting to spook me. Let's get this board out so I can put it back in properly. Oh, that's right, I've got to put the shields back on. God damn it. Why do we have to care about shields? Oh, come on, Squeaky. Hey, Q's. Yours is sticky from the flux. You know you're supposed to wash them. No, we haven't turned on the camera. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh. I hope I don't have to quit the stream to come back. I should have made sure I turn on the... damn it. Oh, this is going to be a crack up if I have to restart. Come on, wonky eyes. Hey, John. Been a while since I've seen you. Hope you're doing alright. Crap. Alright. What's the chances I can quit out of this and come back in and continue on with the stream without losing the stream? I guess we're going to find out, because this is... I don't know of another way of me getting the camera back. I don't know why it does this, it just does. So, we'll see how we go. Wish me luck. Yeah, we're back. Hopefully we didn't lose too much then. Focus. Everything's out of focus because I've been fiddling around. So, alright, let's get the camera in. There we go. That's good. Paul, welcome back. How'd it go, or do we have to wait a while before we hear? Or you find out? Something that you have to recover from first? One of these days, I swear I might get organised. Ah, geez, the bugs are coming. Humidity's picked up. They're getting all excited. It'll help if you took a screw out. Come on, come on. Good on ya. Okay. Where's my little TriStar job? There we go. I didn't even botch this one up too bad. Yeah. I lost the top top layer on the corners there for some reason. I'm not sure why. But the balls seem okay. So that's what matters. Alright, let's get this thing prepped to be put back into use. Chris, if you're still around, do you... Where are my shields? Do you wick the... do you wick the shield bonding sites before you reapply? Or do you just shove it on and she'll be right, mate? Oh, good, you're here. Hey, Christopher Santiago. Well, this one doesn't look too bad. So normally I just add a bit of flux onto that section there, tack it on, and then work my way around. Knock them down fine, alright. You have a dead hand, Paul. Why do you have a dead hand? Did they, like... Kind of scared to ask, to be honest. Did they do a nerve transplant or something, or... I don't know. I don't know this stuff well enough. Probably should just shut my mouth. Focus on my cat hair. Yep, that's great. Just what we always want. USB debug mux. You're not multiplex. What you're talking about with an iPhone? Because the TriStar is a mux, as opposed to a charger, which a lot of people seem to sort of accidentally think it is. TriStar is just like a channeler of things. Yeah. Let's see how we go with these. Oh, let's hope your hand comes back, Paul. Alright, let's get the hacker into action. MacBook Pro, oh right, no mux on that. Yeah, I haven't had to deal with one of those yet, but I know Lewis usually gives a pretty ugly looking face when he runs into mux issues. Mind you, I think that's actually GPU mux that he squawks about, not USB mux. You... Ow. That's just great. Forcing me to have to go over the edge here. Yeah, squeaky, squeaky. Too much, too much, too much. Get off. Had it blow up. Oh, I need that toothbrush. I need that toothbrush pad. How am I supposed to... Oh, there's my other tweezers. Yeah. I was wondering where these ones went to. Oh, toothbrush, where are you? Well, this is an appalling level of organisation. Clearly I'm setting a fine standard for everybody to follow. I genuinely can't imagine I put it in my other office. No, I mean, I'll go check anyway. I did put it in my other office. I'm an idiot. I genuinely do not know why I put it in my other office. There's no reason for it to be in there. Anyway, I'm just using isopropylene to clear the flux off the edge there. Tants are evil, yes they are. Yeah, the extractor, yeah, I should put it on. But saying I should put it on and actually putting it on can be two very different things. I need to make or get a better silencer for it. I mean, it does its job very well as an extractor, but after about 10 or 15 minutes it can sort of be a little bit annoying. What's going on there? Oh, you're just clicking. You're just being reluctant. Rehop PMIC. Dear God, no. I know you're joking. And in case you're wondering, no, that NAND looked pretty much like that when I opened it up. Oh man, do we really have to put the CPU one back on? How are we going for that data recovery? 18 minutes to go. In theory. I'm pulling the solder out deliberately. Gets it out of the way of the shield, and then I can just roll it back into it. It stops me being at risk of having little splutters going back into the CPU area. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. God, there's so much hair around here. Seriously, it's like, what about cats or something? Yeah, I know the coaxial's there, that's why I'm being careful. Too much. Too late. Already told you I wouldn't do it. But I will probably burn my fingers at this rate. Ah, that's it. Turning on the extractor. Do not leave objects in the extractor fan. Hey, fixing things? That piece of scum in there. gone now. Oh, why didn't everyone tell me the... Yeah, you never tell that some crazy Australian's been out here too much. There we go. Fixing things not intentionally. It's just the way it is at the moment. It's too hot during the day to do anything. So I tend to just get everything done during the night. Like I say, it's not intentional. Just the way it goes. Is that going to calculate? Let's see if I can remember my installation sequence. And hopefully not damage anything. Ah. Already drama at the first step. I don't normally do 6 plus as much in terms of taking them out. I know a lot of people don't believe that because everybody thinks, well, you must have a million touch RC issues coming around. And the funny thing is, in all the time I've only ever seen 2 touch issue iPhone 6 Pluses here. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. I reckon Ben Duffy probably stole them all. And then after he was done with them, Ben Nash probably took the rest. Alright, I'm pretty sure we've cycled that air pretty good. Oops, yeah, let's just get a little over aggressive there. No, let's just break everything. Which one are you? Oh yeah, must be this one. This is the screw for the little tiny, I think it's an NFC antenna that's on the side here. We've got 10 minutes to go on the... Hey, you can look at that. Yeah, 10 to go. Did I get the AC fixed? No. No, that's a financial matter. That's a case of, let's find $2,000 or something around about that to order ourselves a new split system. And quite honestly, while I may have access to that money, I genuinely don't want to be spending it on that. I'm trying to save up to get a piece of land before a number of opportunities disappear on me. So I guess you could say I'm prioritizing, so I'm taking a bit of suffering for the sake of prioritizing for other things. Yeah, someone's going to tell me I'm doing this. I don't genuinely recall the proper orientation of that cable routing. So if someone wants to correct me, it would have been good 60 seconds ago. This one here gets me. It catches me out every damn time. The whole... Why they put the vibrator motor up here, it gets me. Just everything's so difficult about that location. And more amusingly is when you forget which screw it was that was supposed to go there. I'm pretty sure it was this one. I'm going to put a 2.4 long screw into it, and that should cause some nice long screw damage. Ah, yeah, satisfying sound of crunching. And yes, if you're wondering, I am probably starting to lose my mind a little bit at this hour of the morning. I've still got to find a hard drive for that other person. Okay. Well, I did have a box air conditioner unit which was in the window, and now I've taken that out after it seized and died. Decided to seize the day, but it kind of misinterpreted the whole purpose of that statement. And although I suppose if it was trying to get out of service, then yeah, it did seize the day. So yeah, during the day, it picks up to around about 39 in here, but by the time the night comes, it's just a little humid tonight, that's all. The good old standoff driver. Was this the phone you swapped the FPC? No, it's not. I do have it here though. I'll show you that later. Let me just change views here. I'll show you what a bad job I did. Just so people get an idea of what you can get away with. I mean, not saying you should get away with these things, but yeah, it's nice to know what you're not going to get crucified for. Particularly that this is going to be my own one of my personal phones. I'm starting to collect way too many phones. But at the same time, I'm not willing to sell them off. A lot of that is because the fact that I don't want to assume the risk of giving someone a phone and then saying, "Hey, that's going to work perfect." even when they come up to me and say, "Hey man, you got a phone that we can buy? You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to work." And it's like, "Yeah, I don't have anything, mate. Sorry." And then of course I send them to go buy stuff at the local second-hand soul swap page, which means I'll probably end up with something 100 times worse. But at least it wasn't on my back. Ooh, what's going on here? What did I forget? Okay, you are the right screw, but then why? You got 5 screws there, you guys there. Ah, you're the... Oh. Alright, I think we're mostly assembled now. We're back to the normal state of affairs, which is where I typically screen swap phones. How are we going? 4 minutes to go. Wife thinks you're noisy. Ah, Cormac. Oh, I'm hurt. The thing I don't like on the 6 pluses is that touch connector, the FPC. It's just so easy to get a bend in that. Particularly at this sort of hour of night. I really do like to hear my connectors go pop. I mean the right sort of pop. The one that's sort of that satisfying, I've made full contact and latched in, sir, type feel. Rather than the really whimsical, like, yeah man, we're here. Just put the panel over us, man. We'll be okay. It's like, you lying little SOBs. It's not. It's gonna happen. Okay, what's stopping that? If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually checking to see that it fires up. But I'm kind of concerned about the fact that I can't get this down. I'm not pushing it. Don't worry. And you're at 6. Yeah, get out of here. I've put something on upside down. I have indeed. Where were you people? And I connected the fucking battery. Sorry. I hope I didn't blow my backlight fuse then. Filter rather. God damn it. I'm actually now a little mad. Yeah, fixing things, thanks. I just found out. Well, fingers crossed I didn't blow the backlight filter. Or worse. There we go. That's better. Well, we didn't blow it. Whew, thank goodness. Yeah, Cormac. I don't feel like doing it at 3:30. 4 o'clock in the... 4:30 in the morning. Holy crap, the sun's going to start coming up. Here we go. English, Australia. Yep, looks like I haven't got that touch connector down right. I think maybe I should leave this till the morning to completely close up. I'm starting to make mistakes, and it'd be fine if it was my own phone, but this is a customer's phone, and even though the data on it is long gone, the phone itself should still be okay. So let's have a look at this one. This is a phone that came in. No, you're not it. This one here, I'm waiting for the person to get back to me to say to unlock it. I managed to track him down after a year. I've got to get my other phone. Here you go. Alright, here we go. What do you call it? DD Rescue is doing its thing now. So as you can see, it's gone back to the bad area. Let's see if I can. You gotta zoom in a hell of a long way on modern day hard drives. It's all done. Okay. Yeah, too late. So we end up with two bad sectors in one large cluster. And what I'm going to be able to do with that, where's its location? 87 gigs. I'm not even going to bother finding out what file it's on, because most likely it's just on a user file rather than a OS file. And so I will migrate that to another 500, run check this, run FFC, and just a few other things, and see how it goes. You can work out what file that section is under by what you do is you run a checksum on all the files in the disk, and then you tell DD Rescue to put in some different data into where these bad sectors are on your image, and then you run the checksum again, and then whatever files come out for different checksum, you know, are the ones affected by that bad sector block. It takes a long time to do it, but yeah, if it's important, then yeah, you get it underway. A couple of hours later, you've got your answers, and if it's been hit with on the Windows files, then depending on what they are, you can just swap them out if you're lucky enough to find the right versions. Yeah, you're off. Yeah, I remember to undo that one. So this is the 5S that we got the other day as a trade-in for all my scrap parts. Oh no, not the magpies. They are so hard to sleep with. Like, when they start singing in the morning, oh. Okay. So this is my, oops, sorry. This was my swapped in salvage from another phone. You see the big mistake I made. Unfortunately, the camera, because I haven't got the color adjust on it, is going to make this difficult. But you can see all these pins here. They've got solder on them, and that one there. And that's because I was trying to dodge. I kept running into this cap here, and it caused me to run up on the side. So that was a mistake to learn for next time. I either have to just take that off temporarily, or just simply do a better job. But it works, and I'm happy for that. And I'll probably redo it again when I get some new connectors. I was able to get them off at with this soldering station. I was using, I think, 370 at 30% air, or 330 if I was using leaded solder ones. And then I just simply soldered each pin bit by bit. It wasn't too much trouble. Get a micro pencil. Well, I've got the JSO2. That's close enough. It's just a case of getting the technique right. Learning how to work it in with these sort of smaller scales, particularly around existing parts like that. Because I was so focused on the pins that I didn't see that the J-tip collided in with it, and then of course it was too late. I bumped up, and there was a blob of solder, and I just wicked across. The T30i. We don't get the oh, that's the micro pencil one. So anyway, but that phone works now. I'm happy with that. Like I said, another one in my arsenal. That'll go with these couple of 6s I've got, and then the 6S Plus, and the 6S Plus is a very important phone for me because I can play Best Fiends on that. So the hard drive's done. I'll transfer that across tomorrow when I wake up. And the timing should be about right. The JB World should be about done by then. Ah, man, I am going to be wrecked. But at least when I wake up in the morning, it will be, well, in the afternoon most likely, it'll be somewhat satisfying that I did work rather than doing nothing, like I did when I was watching season 2 of Stranger Things, although that was worth it. It's the customer's ready to be reassembled. I think I'm good. So, alright, I gotta have a shower, get some sleep, or pretend to. It's gonna be fun with those magpies and the sunshine coming in. So if I look like a zombie, you know why. Anyway, until next time, you all take care. I'll catch you later.